everybody. Well, today we're going to be working some more on my coffee junk journal. Y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. We're currently live on Facebook. If you see the little red button at the top left, I apologize for the camera being backwards. Facebook has gone and glitched out on me again, and they haven't fixed it. So there's no button for that. Thank you for letting me know the sound is good, Dawn. I appreciate that. Get you guys pulled up so I can see a chat. Oh, it's not showing yet. All right, there. So hopefully they get that fixed, because I don't like the camera being backwards. It bugs me. It's like, it's just a button. Why did they do away with it? I don't know. Somebody forgot to put it on there, I guess, because I sure don't see it anywhere. And I've clicked every button on the screen that I see. It said, trying to reconnect. I'm like, oh great, something else. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and pull this camera up top so I can flip it the right direction and not be annoyed, as I'm sure you all are. I don't like trying to read everything backwards. Anyway, so let's flip the camera up top. All right, 1 second. See, straight. That's pretty straight. Maybe just a fraction that way. All right. So today we are going to do some coffee filter pockets using coffee filters, and if we get to it, paper bag ones too. I had a regular coffee filter sitting here. Let's try to find it. Oh, there it is. So this type. You can also get the ones that are natural. I just happen to have these. I've probably had them for, I don't know, 10 years. We don't use them for coffee. I use those little mesh thingies, little metal mesh thingies. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So let me see where I'm at from the last live. If there was anything I needed to finish up with. Get that done. Get that done. I did want to finish that. I might do that real quick. I think I pulled some papers that will work. Put a paper clip there. I feel like that's the only major thing. I had that, but that's not absolutely necessary. I can wait. I think I was gonna just decorate that a little bit, but I'll probably wait on that one. This is a paper bag thingy we might use for today's thingy. And this one is just gonna stick there, which I could go ahead and do. It's real quick. So this was from one of those papers from the chocolate, coffee and chocolate set, the digital set that I have by, where's all my paperwork so I can tell y'all names. Girl, I done moved everything. Hold on. I usually have all these out already. There they are. I know I'm telling you over and over, but honestly, new people watch all the time, especially when they're watching the replay on YouTube. Chocolate and Coffee by Polka Art Studio. So it's one of those, and I just tore it out. And I'm going to ink it. And I'm just going to stick it out of that pocket because I thought it looked cute. She's sitting here decorating the chocolate. most of that bottom, so I'm going to glue it in there. Hopefully I can get it in there before it dries. Hey, Lori. Hey, who else is on here I missed? I think it's just Lori. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to throw some glue on here. Hopefully I can get it. I think I can get it in the pocket. It's a little tricky. Only because it's kind of worked a little bit. Oops. That is not nearly as low as I wanted to go. Hold on. I gotta hold it up. I should have, you know what, I should have tore it a little bit narrower. Here. Make it easier. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick that in there. Hopefully I don't have too much glue where it will glue my pocket shut. Where's my acetate? I feel like I have a little bit of glue right there. I don't think I have it on that side. No. Okay. It moved. This is just a piece of acetate. I have like several pieces of it floating around that I use when I'm gluing things like this so that I don't glue them shut. It does seem to help. I am going to put some powder on there though. Yeah, let's just use the embossing one today. I think I can stick the whole thing in there. So this is just one of those embossing powder pouches that you use so that your embossing powder doesn't stick to places you don't want it to stick. But it works for things like this too. Any kind of a talc style powder. So we're just going to kind of rub that in there. That'll help until that dries good. Okay. Now where did I put that? Oh, there it is. On my fingers. I don't think it's sticking. Nope, doesn't feel like it. I'll kind of wipe some of that excess off. There. All right, I'm good with that. So that looks cute like that, I think. I feel like I had something for there, but I don't know where I put it, so I guess not. All right, so let's go back to our paper clip. I'm going to do this. And let me see what's in here real quick. I got to figure out where I'm going to put those. I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to do it right now. I had quite a few things left that I have kind of stuck in places to do, but I just haven't got to them. All right. I think that's okay for now. So let's do this page, and then we'll jump to our coffee filter bags. Pockets, not bags, pockets. All right, so this was, and it was just kind of boring on the side, so I printed out something that I thought matched okay from that chocolate and coffee one. Coffee and chocolate, chocolate and coffee. I know I'm going to say it backwards 100 times. What does she call it? Chocolate and coffee. Chocolate first. All right. So I just tore out pieces, and I think this is going to go here. This is going to go here. This is going to go here, and then I'm debating on tearing this down. I don't know. I think I'm going to tear it down a little bit more. I'm just not sure if I want to leave the awning or just leave the chocolate part and just kind of tear it across. So I do want a little bit of writing area under here. I'll leave this little spot for writing, I think. There's a hair. Get off there. But this one, let's see how tall it is. That's about right. I'm debating if I want it to be any kind of a tuck too. I think I'm going to tear it where the awning isn't on there. Although the awning is on this side, I could just leave a little bit of it so it kind of connects. Let's see. How tall do I want that? Do I want it to go all the way to the top? I don't think I do. So I'm going to tear that. We're just going to tear this down kind of randomly. Tear the bottom just so it's tore. All right. That'll work. At least it kind of sort of connects. Let's tear this too though. I did this with my ruler, so it's got a little bit of a different tear to it, but let me just do it with my ruler because since I did the rest of it with the ruler, I can get it to just take off a teeny bit. No, try a sharper spot. There. Top two. There. All right, so we're going to glue this here. What glue shall I use? I'll just use art glitter. I was debating on using a glue stick because it's so big, but I think I can use art glitter. I don't know that I'm going to ink it. At least not this. I might ink under that. Although, should I ink this? I should because it has the white edge. So let's do that. I'm going to try not to spend too long on this because this wasn't in the plan per se. It's not part of the plan. And I like to try to do what I say I'm going to do and not get too distracted, but I do get distracted easy. I'm one of those people that tries to do, 5 things at once half the time and then nothing gets done. Just go ahead and ink these. Just cut it out. So the top one, I don't think I'm going to do it as a tuck, but I might do the bottom one as a tuck on this other page. Do I like that tear? Kind of. Tear a little bit better there. Hard to do it without fingernails. This is just regular coffee dyed paper. Trying to see if it had any weight to it. It really does not, but I think it'll be all right. My paper that I use in my printer it's not the cheapest paper. It's kind of a decent weight paper. I want to say it's, I don't know, maybe 28 pounds, something like that. So this one, yeah, I don't want to tear off any more of the awning, so I'm going to leave it there. And this I will do as a little tuck. I think I'm just going to put maybe just some coffee dyed speckles or something under it. I don't want to do too much because I kind of wanted it for a writing space too. Well, it doesn't have to be a writing space. There will be plenty of writing spaces, so not a huge deal. I don't think I inked this page any. Should I? I don't think I need to. Because none of the other pages are inked, so let's not. Alright, so this is going to be glued just on the edges, not this area. So that way a paper can go in there or something. So I'm holding it on the side I don't want. I don't know. I might put some stenciling on there. I might not. Okay, because my glue is not cooperating. What is up with you, glue? Didn't even think I left the lid off that long. Okay. Oh, and I don't have a rag. Good job. All right, let me try and get a rag here. Dip it in my water and try not to make a mess. Like I did the other day when I pulled a rag that happened to be sitting in my water. That was not good. It's just cheaper to use a rag every time instead of paper towels every time or wet wipes. You know? Okay. Try that again. So like I said, just along the edge so that it can be a little tuck. I think this will be a quick fix for this, not, you know, so bare. And I'll see how it looks and decide if I want to stencil it. Because I don't know that it absolutely needs stenciling. Not everything has to be fancy on the other side. Hey, Angela. Been in pain all day because I needed to come out. Because I have, honestly, I have very old fillings in my mouth, probably 50 years old, because I think I was about 10 when I got them. Because I never had cavities, and I only had a few when I was younger. And they were those typical silver type, probably mercury, who knows. And they supposedly last about 30 years. And I've had them for like 50 years, so a little more than 50. And they've decided to start crumbling and falling out. Now I have holes in my mouth, which is not good. And it hurts when I eat and food gets stuck in there, and then it hits the nerve and I'm in pain. And I was like, all day long. It's just in so much pain. And then we don't have the money for me to go to the dentist, so that ain't happening. Where was I going to put that? On this side? Yeah. So I got some of that. I had some of that embossed stuff, I think it's called. It's just a number. So threw some of that on it. I don't like dentists. And they're so expensive. Even with, we have insurance, but it still costs a small fortune, even with the insurance, because the insurance isn't that great on it. Like, we're talking thousands of dollars to go. So that's not happening. Seems how we don't have that right now. All right, so this one I'm going to do is a little tuck, so we're just going to do around the edge. Hey, Bonnie. Haven't seen you in a little bit. All right, so that'll be a little tuck. So I think that makes that look really cute. We've got lots of little cute chocolates on there. Zoom just a fraction so you can see it. And then this isn't what I'm going to put there, but I'll put something there. I'll find something that looks good. Something will go there. And then this, I think, will be just a paper of some sort. Maybe one of those dictionary pages. Maybe something prettier. Let me see. I have a couple sitting here. Let's see if I can find one that's not being used for something else. Here's one. So we can put one of these little guys in there or something. Maybe fold it. Fold it or trim it. Let me think. Have I got room to trim it? I do have room to trim it. It could even be journaled on. Let's trim it. There's a little bit of room. Try and get it straight. Okay. Don't know if I inked that, but we'll ink it now. Just a little. Alright, so this is just a dictionary type page with cocoa and coffee, so it works. I'm just going to leave that for writing space. I have I feel like I have a stamp line thing I made. Where did I put it? Not that one, but that's not great. I need one of those stamps with the lines, I think. I might have to invest in one of those. But anyway, so there's that page. Now it's all chocolatey and got a little shop, writing space, candy wrappers. All right, good enough. So for our coffee filter one, I might do it there. I might do it here. I got a lot of blank space here. Lots of blank space there. Oh, still, hun? Oh my gosh, I feel like you've been dealing with that for forever. That's awful. And the tummy virus too. Oh my goodness, girl. Life, I swear. Sometimes it is a struggle. All right, let's see. So, coffee filter pockets. Now, I know y'all have seen me do them before, if you've been watching me long enough. And I've seen them many places, but the person I think that I tend to see the most on YouTube doing them is Cathy's Garden. She has quite a few little YouTube videos on them. So I usually refer to her because I like her ideas on them. But I've done a few. So you start out with just a regular coffee filter. Right, where's the rest of them I printed? I don't know. They're over here somewhere. Oh my goodness, I'm burning up. I should have taken this shirt off. I've got one of those thermal underwear shirts on because I get cold so easy. But now I'm melting. Anyway, so coffee filter, and you just dye it. If you have one of the natural ones, you don't even have to do that. 14.5 years is insane. As of Christmas Eve, it's finally. Wow, that's crazy, Bonnie. That's just crazy. I can't even imagine. So coloring it can be coffee dye, could be tea, avocado, whatever you have. Or you can spray it with one of your inks. This one I just did earlier, right before the live. It's dry already. I just used one of my sprays. I used this Liquitex transparent burnt umber with a little bit of distilled water in there. And it works real well. It gave me that color, which is very similar to just a normal tea dye. It's closer to a tea dye than a coffee dye. I think that's my coffee dye. Could possibly be avocado, but I think it's coffee. This is definitely a coffee dye. But you get different variations, and you just spray it, let it dry. It dries super, super fast, and they typically flatten out completely once they're wet. All the wrinkles go away. So if you want to have the wrinkles, you need to use one of the natural ones and not wet it, because once it's wet, they will flatten out. So there's that. So you start with their filter, and then you decide what kind of pocket you're going to do. And there's lots of variations on it. We're going to do, I think, 1 or 2 different styles. Just gonna find a place to set this out of my way, and then I gotta find my ones that I already did. They're around here somewhere. I had them earlier, and then I moved stuff. And I have to find them again. Wow. I'm gonna melt. All right. It's in this container that is getting very full. Okay, I am losing my mind. Let's see. Is it over here? No. Where are they? How do you lose something so fast? I'm good at it. Y'all know I am really good at it. I have it out right before the live, and then it disappears on me. All right, so here's a couple different ones. So this style. Both of these are embossed, which you don't have to emboss them, but it's fun. I did those with my Sizzix Big Shot, and this embossing folder. Can't open it, but anyway, embossing folder. You just stick it in there just like that, run it through your embosser, and you got an embossed one. You don't have to emboss it, but it is cool. Yeah, I can imagine, Bonnie. I had one of those for 12 years. All right, so I like these two styles. They're done slightly different. I did sew them. You don't have to sew them. You can glue them and skip the sewing if you don't have a sewing machine, or you can just put little dashes and make it look like faux sewing. So here's what you do for folding. So if you're going to do this style, then you want to take your coffee filter and you want to fold it in half. Okay. Like that, and then you run it through the sewing machine or you glue it on that edge. Now typically, if I am going to run it through the sewing machine, I will just tack it in place just a little bit with maybe a couple of drops of glue, just so it doesn't move while I'm sewing it. If you're good at holding stuff in place, then you don't have to do that, but I do typically do that. So run it through the sewing machine, and then you end up with this. And then when you're at that step, then you have to find your center. So you fold it in half, and then you just pinch the bottom. Okay, don't fold the whole thing or you'll have a crease you don't want. Okay, so just pinch just the bottom, just like that, and then you got a little mark for the center. Okay, and then you just take your little two sides and you come to your little mark. If you can't see it, you can put a pencil mark or whatever, but usually you can see it. And just meet it to the side. Get a little crease, go to the other side. And I just like to match them up. You can overlap them. Either way is fine. But you get more room if you just match them up. Okay? And then take it to the sewing machine again, or glue it just on this bottom edge. And you end up with this. Okay? And then you decorate the front to fill in this little spot a little bit more, which I will show you in just a minute. We're going to do it with this one. So that's how you do that. And then if you want to do the second style, what you do for this one, now I doubled this one. You don't have to double it, but they are a little bit thin, so when I'm doing this one particularly, I do double it because this one gets doubled in the process, so you don't have to. But this one does not get doubled because you're using the whole circle. So I usually take 2 pieces, put them together, okay, match them up just through the sewing machine all the way around, just to put those 2 together. And then you end up with this. Okay. And then I take that and figure out how deep I want my pocket. That's optional. You can make it as deep as you want or as shallow as you want. You can use your grid. I like this height. It's a good height. It looks like it is about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches from very top to very bottom to very top. So put it on your grid, and put it on your grid does help you keep it straight. So if you have a grid, use it. You can just kind of line up your circle on one of the main lines so that you can see. And then bring this up. Actually, bring the sides in first. Bring the sides in however wide you want it. Now these 2, they don't touch either. They don't overlap, okay? So same as the other one, kind of. And if you need a center mark, you can fold it in half and do just a little pinch. Give yourself a little center mark and try to line that mark on your grid. That'll help if you can see it. I can barely see it. Okay, I see it. And then just pull this over to your center mark, and then you look at your little line. That's why having the grid helps. And you put that even on that line. So you just kind of slowly push it down, making sure that it's staying nice and even. Okay? And you do the same with the other one. And make sure I'm straight. And staying nice and even with that. And I'm using the one that is, I think, 4 inches, which is a good size for one of these pockets. Okay, and that puts it pretty much meeting in the middle there. And you can just crease it. And then you decide your height and just pull this up to wherever you want your height. It could be way down here. It could be way up there. Okay, doesn't really matter. I kind of like it kind of midway. That's pretty much center, I think. Let me see, that's 5 inches, so 2.5 would be center. Yep, that's pretty much center. So I'm gonna throw on this grid, and we'll start from here. Oops, I'm not on the main one. For me, it works better. I can think about it better. 1, 2, 3. What did I say? 2.5? 2.5. So that's 1, that's 2.5 would be right there. So approximately there, and it doesn't have to be exact, but you know, I'm going to try to get them somewhat similar. So about there, and then just press it down. Okay, and then once I got it to that point, then I took it to, well, actually I glued it first. So at this point, what I wanted to do was, you've got this little piece here that sticks over. Now, I could leave it. Here's the problem. If I leave it, let me find that card. Find a card, something flat. 5 billion pieces of paper, and you can't find a piece that's the size you want. I know I have one. All right, here's one. All right. If I leave it, when I'm trying to use that front pocket, it's going to be difficult to get in between there without hitting that so much. It can be done, but it is difficult. So what I like to do is, you know, if you wanted an extra pocket, then I guess don't do this, but I glue this little piece here to here. And that way it leaves this front area more open for your tag. And you could honestly cut it off right there and just glue the edge down, but it's not that difficult to glue just that piece. So The only thing I would suggest if you're gluing that piece, but I would suggest putting something in between it, like a piece of acetate, so that the glue doesn't go all the way through and glue this piece to here. Okay, chances are it probably won't, because like I said, it's double thickness. And you can use glue stick. You don't really have to use this glue, but I'm going to use this glue because it's what I have out. And I'm just going to glue this part down. Now, this is just something I do. I don't think I've seen anybody else do it, but I can't stand when, oh my gosh, glue. I can't stand when tags just get stuck when you're trying to put them in and out. It's just annoying to me, so. So I would prefer this to be nicely adhered. And honestly, you really only have to do the edge, but I'm going to go ahead and just put it lightly on the whole thing. Okay, and go ahead and do the other side too, because you're going to stick them at the same time. And I'm trying to get fairly close to that edge so that it doesn't snag. And then with my acetate in here, I'm going to fold it over. And that should stick just that little area down, so that when I go to use the pocket, now that piece is glued to the back. Can you see it? Let's see if you can see it. See how now it's glued back here on this wall? So it's not in the way of your tag going in and out. And the acetate is just mostly so that nothing glues where it's not supposed to glue. If you're real worried about it, I could even technically glue the front closed too, but honestly, the 2 layers, I have yet to have this one go through. I have had it go through on 1 layer. So usually this is fine though. And that art glitter dries so fast, you only need it for a second just to make sure. So after I do that, then I sewed it on this one. I just came back in, sewed it around that edge just to kind of finish it off. Just because you don't have to. You could totally leave it like that. But I did. I sewed mine to finish it off. Okay, so this is the one we're going to work with today, but you get the idea. So then you end up with basically a pocket in the front for a smaller tag and a pocket in the back for a larger tag. And then depending on how you glue it down, you might even have another pocket behind it, or even to the side if you wanted. Okay, it just depends on how you glue it down. So we're going to work with these 2 embossed ones because I think they're pretty. They're all pretty. Honestly, they just look cute. I like them a lot. So let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to put those and decorate them. Don't throw your card on the floor. I've printed these out from that, who is this, Leona Scrap? Yeah, Leona Scrap digital. I really love these little digitals of hers. They're so cute. So I'm going to be using those. I think I have 1 more floating around here somewhere. I don't see it. I know I did 4 of them. I did have 4 of them out. Now, whether or not I can find the 4th one, that's a whole other story. There it is. Okay. I don't need 4 of them, but. So let's find our page and see what we want to do to the page. And decide for sure if I want to put it here. It does, the digitals I'm going to use do match this. So I could put one here. I could even put one here, just right in the middle, as long as I kept the card, you know, at a height that wouldn't interfere. That would be perfectly acceptable. Or I could put it over here and then it matches this digital. Like so. Which is nice. So I might do that. And what's on the other side of that one? Nothing's on the other side, so I could put one there too. And just have that be a little theme with 2 different styles of pockets. So that's probably a good choice. There's so many blank pages in here. Yeah, I like that choice. Let's do that. So I have to decide if I want to do anything else to that. You can back these onto a piece of cardstock and have them as a flip out. I think I did that on the Orchids and Cats journal, if I remember correctly, which is cute too. They don't have to be backed, but you can. And if I was going to do that, I would probably use one of these. Woo! Guess I've been cutting these up. Probably use one of these. Not sure which one. But what you would do is just cut it down, obviously, but then just make it a flip out or a flip this way, one or the other. I don't know if I want to do or not. I might. I don't like this paper with this paper. The colors aren't good. That one's not terrible. I already cut one of these out to use the little tags individually. This green isn't terrible either because it does kind of match some of these tones. Possible. Ideally, I'd rather have one of those pages, but I don't have one printed out on cardstock, I don't think. So that's not an option. What's this side look like? Where's that other one? The color's slightly different. I don't like that color on there. I don't know, it's a little weird. It's not talking to me. It has to talk to me and say, yes, use me, I look good. I'll find something else. All right, so let me see if I have any of those pages. I don't think I do, but maybe I do. I have one, but that's going to be used for something else. Sorry, I'm digging through papers. Let's see. Oh, there's some. I do have some. All right. So these are hers. It's not cardstock, but I could back it. What's in here? These are smaller tags. I'll probably use those too. I printed these on cream and I printed them on a darker color. I like them better on the cream. I think the darker colors, it's just a little too muddy looking. So I'm not crazy yet. This is not one of hers. It just happens to be in this container. That's hers though. All right, I think I will use, we'll do one as a flip out and one not, just so you can see the difference. So I have this paper, that's one of her papers, this one, and I have this one. Both are totally acceptable. I'll just double it over so it's heavier or something, or put it on, I might put it on just a plain cardstock so that there's a writing area or something on the back. Right now it's just on some regular coffee dyed paper. So I'll make this a flip out because I think that'll be fun. I'm just waiting on if I want it to be a full size flip out or if I want it to be a half size flip out. And do I want it to go this page or the other page? Because I'll put a tab on it. And if I'm putting a tab on it, I usually want the tab to stick out from the page. So the flip would need to be inside, which I've got this material here right now, which is fine. Does this one go better or is this one? Actually, this one goes better because it's got the little, it's not ceviche. What is it called? Something like that. I wrote it down just because I knew I was going to forget how to pronounce it. Let's see if I can find my sticker. I don't see it. It's something like ceviche, but I don't think that's pronounced right. You know what I mean. It's a coffee thing. It's a coffee thing. Got lots of coffee things, right? Anyway, so it's got one of those too. So we'll use this. So half full. I'm leaning toward half. And then do I want to use this or this? Both colors are okay. I think that one's just a little bit better, maybe. Maybe. So do that one as a flip out, and then the other side we'll just put directly on the page. I may back it still with the other piece of that. This one here, maybe. Just maybe back it a little bit. Maybe put a strip or something, or maybe just to lay it on so it gives a little more interest to that page. We'll figure that out. All right, so I think I'll use this one there. I think the colors will be, yeah, I think the colors work that way best. So let's do this one first. And we're going to figure out the size. I think use it this way. I kind of like my little flip out thingies to be kind of in the middle, you know, debating what I want to show. I kind of want that little design to show some. Do it on that side. I'm going to back it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I think I'm going to flip it this way. So that way I can put a tab over here. All right, so this looks about right. So we'll cut it maybe just above that little pot. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not do the whole height. So, and then figure out what I'm going to back it on. I think I'm just going to use a straight edge on this one. So, just do that. Save that little piece for something. And then I don't need this whole thing. I'm debating if I want to just glue the whole thing together or attach it to cardstock. I'm leaning toward attaching it to cardstock just because it's a little heavy, but it's not quite as heavy as I'd prefer it to be. How wide do I want to go? Let's see. I'm going to take off. I leave room for the flippy thing, so, and then room for a tab. I'm only going to take off about a ½ inch. I'll just do it on one side though, since we're not going to waste the paper. So I'll take this, figure out what I'm going to back it on. And then just about a ½ inch off this side. Do it right at 5, that should work. That would be cool. And let's see, what do I got for backing that? Plenty of things, I'm sure. I could even back it with some of that other paper, but I kind of want it to be writing type. Oops. Which might just mean cardstock and draw some lines on it. All right, let's find a cardstock that matches. I'm sure I have something in here. What do we got? could even use a jelly pen or something. Let's see what color matches best. What we got here? We got this color. Any more colors? Oh, there's more down there. And that color. I kind of like that reddish tone. It's kind of fun. It's not really red, but it does have a little bit of a, I don't know, a redder cast to it. We'll do that. If I can get it to stay there. This is just a couple of packs of this nostalgia cardstock paper from Michael's. It's the Recollections. 65-pound. Which I actually like a lot. It annoys you too, Deborah. Good, it's not just me. Alright, so we're just going to cut this the same size so I can glue it to it. I might actually glue it and then trim it because I'll never get it the right size. Ever. Depending if I want to use this or something else. This is a little thin. I don't know, it might be alright. I can use my glue stick, but glue sticks, they're kind of hit or miss. I don't want to do that on there because it's definitely gonna come off the edge. Let's do that. All right. So I'm gonna try to get a decent coat on here, hopefully before it dries. I didn't want to use my thicker nozzle because it'll leave too strong the lines. And I don't really want strong lines on here. But you do have to work fast with this art glitter. Let's see if we can get it on there. All right. Try and match that up as best I can, so hopefully I won't have to trim too much. Okay. Give it just a second to dry. Not sure what I'm going to do with this front. I've got some smaller bits and pieces floating around. Let's see. I even have some of these coffee mugs left. Anything in here? Could put one of those on there. Maybe. It's got a little spoon too. It's from the fabric. Maybe. I've got some lace and I've got some coffee dyed mummy cloth. Coffee dyed mud on there. I used another embossing folder and tried to cut out this paper, and when I did it, I had it too, I didn't wet it, and look, it totally like started ripping, which is great if you want to cut out the little pieces. I was thinking about taking some of these flowers and finishing cutting them out. Because it's a 3D folder. It's one of those, so yeah, it's this one, Spellbinders 3D folder. But if you don't wet your paper, a lot of times it rips. So it's cool when it doesn't rip. When it doesn't rip, it looks like that. Which I'm gonna stick it somewhere. I don't know where yet. Somewhere. Got distracted. Alright, so let's trim this out for our little flip, and then we gotta figure out a little tab, and we gotta decorate this. How am I gonna trim this? I might just, I'm debating if it's still too damp to use my other cutter. Probably. I think I'm just going to use my utility knife. I don't really trust myself not to tear it. Although I haven't changed this blade in a while, so that might be risky too. Try not to go out of camera, sorry. Save that. I thought about leaving a border and I decided against it. Sometimes more of a pain to try to get it even. All right, there. Okay, so we have this. We have to secure it here and put a little tab of some sort. Is it too long still? It might be too long. Hold on, let me look. I just wanted a little more room for a tab, I think. I'm debating on what part I'm okay with losing. I kind of like to see these because it makes it match this page. So I think I will just take a little bit off of there. Put on my grid so I can see. Keep it straight. It's still a little bit damp, that's why I'm not using the trimmer. I'm less likely to tear it with this. Right, that'll give me a little more room for a tab. Okay. Tab. Add some. Here they are. One of these match. Got some polka dots that are gray. That's not perfect. We've got this. That's not bad. I'm okay with that. Even this one. About the same. These are from the chocolate and coffee Stamperia set. I just cut them out with a circle punch and, well, technically 2 circle punches. Most of you have seen me do it. We're going to put this on this side. I think that's the right size. Let's just double check. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so what can we secure it to our page with? A little bit warpy. Like I said, it's a little damp still. It'll flatten out once it's in the book for a while. So I'm just going to leave just enough room for the tab. I've got a lot of room to the edge of my journal, probably a good 1/2 inch, so it's not going to stick out or nothing. But so there, this is going to go here. I think I will leave that be a pocket, but I don't think I will have that be a pocket. I think I'm going to glue that flat. Well, it won't be glued at all because it's a flip, so yeah, that doesn't. But I will make this have an extra pocket there. I'm not sure I'll use it. I might just put a label there, but you know, we'll see. So where do I want that to be? About there. And this could be about there. That's feasible. All right. So I already have fabric here, and this is just some coffee dyed fabric, so I might just stick with that. I do have some washi. I just don't know. It's not going to be super strong. And I'd have to really, it's kind of big. Yeah, it's going to take up too much space. I'll use this sooner or later. I need to use it. It's really cute. Even if I just stick it on a page, I got to use it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the coffee dyed fabric, I think. The muslin that I've been using. Let me grab a piece of that. Let's see if I have one that's thin already. Probably not. And we'll just put the same thing on there. If I had not done that already, I could have just stuck that under there, but since I already did it. So any of these kind of on the thinner side? Not really. I wonder if I can rip that one. No, probably not. Sometimes I can rip it a little bit thinner, but it's risky. Yeah, most of these are about 1.5 inches. I don't think I have anything smaller. Yeah, no. All right, do I try to rip it again? It's just a little wider than I want. I'm gonna try. Be brave. I don't know if I can, because it's such a small piece. Sometimes you can't, but I will try. Ha! Did it. I did it, yay. Just get all the fraying off. Flatten it back out. That's a better size. I don't care if it's got some fraying, but we're just going to put it kind of in the middle. So let's see. Let's straighten that up. That's going to go there. Could be a fraction smaller, but I think that will be okay. It probably won't show the design on that side because of the size, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. It'll be all right. And then we'll cut this here. Can I see it? I know I made a cut there. I can't see it at all. I didn't make it deep enough. Just do it again. You don't want it to go over because it won't fold. It won't fold right. Oh my goodness. This is some fray muslin. Trim off a little bit of that. It's kind of crazy. Make a mess. All right, let's glue this on this piece first or last? Probably first. Although I do have to be real careful of how far over I come. Okay. Just glue that on there. I'm going to glue the cardboard because it'll probably be easier. Fabri-Tac? Let's go with Fabri-Tac. Where's my pen? Lost it again. What time is it? 10:05. Hopefully I have time to do all of these. I would love to be able to get them all done. Fabri-Tac this. This is pretty thin. It's not going to add a ton of bulk. It's pretty thin. Which side do I like better? 1/2 dozen the other. Okay. So it looked to be about maybe 1/4, 3/16 of an inch or so. I'm just guessing. As long as I get the edge, doesn't really matter. I'll lay that on there. And I'm going to turn it over real quick and just make sure it's even. So we'll just use this side. I'll pull it in just a little bit more. Fabri-Tac, you got a little bit of movement room. I think that should be all right. If not, I'll have to trim it. But let's check it. Yeah, that'll be all right. Okay, I'll trim that just a little bit. And we're just going to glue this I want to do this. I think I just want to put the glue right on the fabric. Come on. I am the right direction, right? Yeah. Just making sure before I glue it. Usually I prefer to put it on the harder surface, but I'm just going to try to spread it. Okay. Make sure I'm in the right direction. And about the size that I want it to be. I'm going to go a little closer to the bottom than the top. Just a little. Make sure it looks somewhat straight. Not too bad. All right. That way, if I want to put a label or if you have a tag that's higher, it doesn't interfere. So I'm just going to crease that and then try to kind of crease it just so it's on that edge good. And that looks pretty good. All right, so there's our little flippy floppy thingy. And where is my thing? There it is. So this is going to go here. And this is going to go here. I think about midway is good. I don't know if I need to be exact. I'll probably put this on. I should put this on first because I want this to hit right where those points are. So I'm going to put it on first. I'm going to try to get it kind of sort of centered. Kind of sort of. What we got? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, so about there. So it's going to go right like that. I'm just going to kind of leave that there. I really don't want Fabri-Tac on art glitter. I'm not going to ink that. It's dark enough. It don't really need to. So glue on both sides. And somewhere about here, with the little points right on the edge, or as close as I can get them. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. So we got a little tab. Okay. And let's glue down this. So it's 2 layers. It might not go through. It's probably safer to use the Fabri-Tac only because the art glitter is going to wrinkle it more. So I think I'll go with Fabri-Tac and hope it doesn't go through. That's the thing. I could probably stick it with a glue stick. I'm debating still, guys. Actually, I wasn't going to put the whole thing, was I? I was going to leave it a pocket, I think. Yeah, I was going to leave it a pocket. You know what? Since I am going to leave it a pocket, I'll just go ahead and use art glitter. I debated on that. I don't have anything to put there right now, but if I do, I can have a pocket there for something a little bit taller, and then one here and one here. That give 3 pockets. Or I just glue it completely flat, but you know for sure if I don't leave that as a pocket, someone's going to think it's a pocket and sit there and fiddle with it for an hour trying to get something in there. Because that's what I would do. Let's see if I glued this. It's pretty together. All right. So let's do that. So we're just going to go around the edge. Stick it on as a triple pocket. It's less complicated that way anyway. So I'm giving a decent amount of glue. Ouch. Tendonitis is acting up. All right, so let's line this up where we want it. I want it to be somewhat close to the tab and at least straight. That's cute. Make sure it's sticking good, particularly to the fabric. Art glitter does glue to fabric just fine. It looks a little crooked on this side, but it's straight on the bottom. I think I'd rather it be straight on the bottom, so just go with that. And that's just my doing. All right, so we know we want to use one of these. Maybe one of these. I'm going to ink them. And then decide if I want the same type. I might do something different for the smaller pocket. I have other things. And I also have these little flowers I'm still thinking about putting on there. I don't know if I can cut them out or not. I mean, it seems like I would be able to. Let's see. I mean, they're already half cut out because the die, you know, started kind of cutting it apart on me. It's nice and raised, so it's easy to follow the line. So much of it's already got cuts. Trying to, I think it's a leaf. I can't tell for sure. It might be a petal. Is it a petal? Yeah, maybe it's a petal. We'll leave it. It's hard to tell. I think that part might not be a petal. Although it is hard to tell. I mean, I'm trying to hold it up to a different one. No, it's a petal. It's just got part of the tree on it, so it looks a little odd, but I thought that might be fun. It's lined. Not that it matters. It's just for effect. There's some leaves on here too I could probably cut out. A couple of these. Probably ink it. Be easier to ink it before I cut it out. What do you think? You think I could ink it? Let's see. I'm gonna go with maybe vintage and a dauber. I'm just going to try to ink it and see if I can get it to just catch the edges. Yeah. Let's see if I can do this one. Where's my cardboard? This one's kind of flimsy because I already cut it, but I'm just catching those raised edges. Cool. It's not bad. Not per se coffee themed, but you know, who cares? It's just pretty. That's all. Get those little leaves there. What else? Maybe this thing. Maybe this one. Oops, maybe not. Maybe not if I'm going to rip it. Yep, I totally ripped it. It's because it had a hole there. That's fine. We don't need it. That one's missing too much, but that one's still intact. Okay. It wasn't really part of the plan per se, but I have it, so maybe I'll use it. It might be pretty with some cheesecloth or something. I'll debate if I want to use the one with the tree on it, because this is a tree paper, technically. It's a lined paper with trees on the bottom. So the trees don't really fit in, per se. It might be too close to my body, I can't tell. I'll try to cut this piece out, and then I'll fussy cut it. Like I said, it's almost just falling out on its own, but not quite. I'm sure if you really tried, you could use your embosser as a die cutter on some of this thin paper. This paper was very thin. All right, so there's that one. Where's that leaf I did? This one. This leaf. Might be challenging to cut, but we'll see what we can do. Even if I don't get right down in there. I'm just going to do a little bit of shape on the edges, I think. So didn't quite cut this one out. Bits and pieces of it. Thank you for being patient with my fussy cutting. I am not a fast fussy cutter. There, something of a leaf. Don't fall apart. All right, leaf, and then maybe that bud. This little bud thing. I'll give us a few pieces to... Don't cut your finger. These are sharp. Almost cut me. I don't think it did. Didn't quite go through. But they're very sharp. Alright. Wouldn't be the first time I cut myself. This one's almost fallen off. Here. Whoops, don't break it. It's fragile. Like I said, it was some thin paper. I don't think I want that little piece. It looks so weird. I'll chop it off. Okay. Okay. So there's some flowers. And where's my cheesecloth? What else do I got? Coffee dyed, I got thread. I don't think I want the thread on that one. I've got lace. The lace is a bit thick, but that's okay. Might use just a little of it, maybe. Not sure. If I use just a little, might cut it and just use a little right there, maybe. And I know they're kind of the same color. I guess I could have done with an orange or something. Maybe I'll pull some orange out to kind of match better. Let me do that. Of course, I'll probably rip them, but oh my goodness. Get the dried off glue off my pen. There. All right, let's see. We're going to change the color just a little bit because it's too much the same. But I think I just want to use just a little bit on the edge there. So I like that look. So maybe just a little piece. Little piece there. Don't want to go quite that crazy. Interfere with my pocket. So maybe there. And then some cheesecloth maybe. It's not really cheesecloth, it's mummy cloth, but it's similar. Let's see. Probably gonna try to tear this out a little bit more. This is a little more, you know, broken up. Maybe not that big. I just want a little bit. I'm going to put it underneath, I think, but just some texture. It's going to hide a lot of that embossing, but it doesn't really matter. You can still see it up there. So a little bit of cheesecloth, mummy cloth, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of lace. And then these, but we're going to color them a little bit better. All right, let's do that. I'm going to have fun with this. All right, orange. Probably campfire one. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Let's do crackling campfire. I know it looks pink there. It does not look that pink. It looks more like that. All right, let me put something down because I'm going to make a mess. Try to catch the top edge still and not tear it. That's going to be the trick. Not to tear it. I'll go very gently. I'm going to do them all, and then I'll figure out if I want to use them all. Yeah, that's helping. There's that one. Is there green in this? I bet there is green. I could probably put some green on those leaves. Maybe. But this color does look good on this flower. Ah, don't rip it. It's so thin. Which is probably why it cut through. It's very, very thin. That, and then we get the little bud. Okay, there. Now we got a little bit of that other color in there, and then I feel like there's green. So that looks like a potting soil kind of green. Not potting soil. What's the word? Something with a P. No, I have no idea. I do know, but I just can't think of it. Green, green, green. Let me find it. I'll recognize it when I see it. Oh, or I won't because it's packed away. A big old bin out. It is. Oh, fern green? That's not the one. I think I was thinking of the oxide that I have that's floating around here somewhere, which is peeled paint. Peeled paint is probably closer. It's an oxide, but that's all right. All right, so I'll do some peeled paint on this little guy. I kind of wish I had another leaf. There's probably one on there, but we'll go with what we have for now. Where's my tweezers? I can't squeeze. All right, try not to rip it. I'll try to dab it. bit of green. Okay, and let's see what we've got. So, I'm afraid that's just a little bit more. I'm just going to try to give it a little more interest. Put holes in it. There. Most of it you won't see because I'm probably going to cover it. But that's okay. All right, art glitter or Fabri-Tac? We'll go with art glitter. I'm just going to randomly throw it on there. I'm not going to glue it super good. We're just going to... So there's a lot of holes in that, and when I put glue on all the other things, it's probably going to go through. I don't know if it'll go through there, but where's my acetate? I lost it. Where'd it go? Acetate. You're around here somewhere. You're invisible because you're see-through. Not there. Are you here? Oh my goodness. Where'd you put it? Up there it is. It's a problem with things being invisible. Is it going to fit in that pocket? I'm catching the thread a little bit. Hold on. Let's see what it's catching. Assume it's catching thread. So it's more pointy, so it's going to catch more than a card would. And it barely fits there, so I might have to trim it. Can I get it? I got it. Okay. Scare me. All right, I'm going to put this on there. Probably should use Fabri-Tac. It's kind of thick. We'll go with Fabri-Tac. Wait for my bubble. Come on, bubble. Nope, you didn't wait long enough. There. A little bit of glue on here. This is messy. Okay. I know, I really shouldn't do it with my finger, but I am. Okay. That's going to go like that. Just give some interesting texture. Fun texture. You gotta wait for that to dry so you can roll it off. So you roll the Fabri-Tac off, but only when it's dry. Okay, I got it. Alright, so there's that. And our little flowers. Let's see what we want to do with them. If I put one there. I don't know if I'll go across the whole thing. I might double them up a little bit, maybe. Put the leaf in the middle, maybe. Let's see. Like this. I don't know if I need the second one. Where's that? Oop, I lost my bud. There it is. Maybe put the bud there instead. Just use the one. A little bit of leaf. Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay, let's do that. Can y'all see? Let me zoom just a fraction. Glue. I'm worried I can't use the Fabri-Tac because it is so sticky. It's going to stick to it, and then I want to try to pull it away. It's going to rip the paper. So we're going to go with the art glitter. Let's see if we can put this on here, just like this. We'll put the leaf first. So I'm just going to move that over a little bit. Try to see where that is. Put this little leaf. Okay. Like so. And then we'll put the little bud. Let me just pull this back over to kind of see where it's hitting. Maybe coffee there. This is just really, this paper was really a mistake, and honestly I could have just thrown it away. But you know what? Sometimes you can make it usable. It's a little bit thin, but if you're careful with it. The weight is weighing it down. Okay. I think I don't like that. Cute. I like it. We'll save this one. Might do something with it later. Alright, so let's see if that glue is going through. Nope. I don't see any on there, so we're good. So there's that one, and then I'll find something else for that other pocket. That's cute, right? I like it. I think I'm going to put a label up here, though. It needs a label. Just something there. But then that's going to be a flip out right there. And then we'll probably do something here maybe later. I don't know. Or I could just leave it for writing. Doesn't have to have something everywhere. Don't always have to do that. Alright, let's see. What can we do? What was I looking for? A label. I forgot. What it was. Let's see. How about... Do I have the word for that? Spazy thing. I don't see it. I don't think I have a word for that. I think I'm saying it right. It's something with a, like C-H-C-E-V. I don't know. Something with a C. I don't know. I don't think I have the word anyway. No. I don't see it in the C's, so it's fine. Barista espresso grind latte, mug, saucer, coffee filter. I could do that. That could be fun. I don't know where I'd put it. Maybe I'll save it for the other one. I mean, I could just put it there like that. Kind of sideways. What do y'all think? I don't have a bigger one. That's the biggest one I have printed. Not that I couldn't find one. Other than that, let's see what I have in writing. Life is too short for bad coffee. Size attitude. Look at kind of the yellow one, orangey yellow ones. Some of them are more orange than others. Life is too short for bad coffee. I could even put that there. It is pretty. My coffee needs... my coffee needs a coffee. That's funny. Let's meet for coffee. More coffee, please. Dear coffee. Coffee pairs well with silence. Coffee therapy. Let's see if there's anything that, I don't know, just speaks to it. Drink coffee and do good. Yeah, it's kind of cute. I kind of like the label over it. What do y'all think? Can you see? Here, I'm zoomed in, but I'm zoomed in the wrong spot. Gosh, my lighting is horrible on my iPad. Hold on. It doesn't let me move it, so. What do you think? A label on top of the flower or not on top of the flower? So I've got that label. I have this one that's in cursive. This one says, life is too short for bad coffee. I kind of like the cursive better for the feel of it, I think. Yes, the label? Somebody says yes. Oops, almost lost it. All right, we'll do the cursive one just because I think it looks better. Why not? And then we'll put the coffee filter up there, I guess. Or I could save it for the other one. Either way, doesn't really matter. Okay, let's do that. I'm not going to ink it. I think it's just too small and it'll take away too much of the look. So we're just going to put the label. Try to get it somewhat centered. About, yay. Cute. I'm layering so much more than I normally do, guys. I love the look of layering, but I'm honestly very lazy and I never do it. Yeah, the cursive, right, Deborah? I agree. Just something about the cursive on the flowers and the lace and the feminine look, I guess, you know? I think that's really what it boils down to. Cursive's more feminine. All right, we'll put this one. I'm going to try to make it where it kind of shows a little bit, but not completely. So I think about like that sideways, just so it's there. All right, that'll work. There's one page. Took us all the time. It's such a me thing. Y'all know, I try, but sometimes I just can't get stuff done fast. Not a fast crafter. I'm just not. All right, so we were going to do this one with this one. It'll be a little simpler, I think. And we're going to use this. I think I'm just going to tear it. Maybe just right down the middle. I will tear it with my tear ruler. Put my pen in before my glue dries up. Tear ruler is floating around here somewhere. There it is. And I still got to find a card for the other one, but I'll figure that out later. Let's see, we're going to tear off the edge first. So just tear off a little bit of the edge. Can I keep the C? Of course not. It says offie. I think I want the whole length. I think I'm just going to kind of do kind of middle. Although I might pull it over just because that way I get more of the words. Maybe I'll tear that again. I'm trying to get the coffee words on there. We'll see if this width is okay. Of course, wherever I put this is probably going to hide them anyway. Right? If I put it like that, this keeps falling off. It's only on there with that little paper clip, and the paper clip keeps getting pulled off. I don't even know where it went. It's floating around here somewhere. Where is it? I don't know how I keep losing it. I don't see it. I don't know where it went. It's not in this pile, which is where I thought it was. Did it fall out inside here? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I put it on the front, but it's not very tight of a paper clip, and it just keeps coming loose. All right, there. That's where I want to be. We only got a few minutes, so I got to get this done. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to tear off. I'm never going to do that with my tear ruler, so I'm just going to try to do it with my fingers. All right. that, I think, and like that. It's almost like a belly band. I could probably make it a belly band. I've never done one of these as a belly band. I mean, realistically, it would probably work. Let's see. Once you put the card in there, it would stiffen up a little. I could totally do it as a belly band. Why not? Why not? Let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna glue this just straight to that. I'm gonna ink it first though. I think it doesn't have to be a super heavy belly band, I don't think. I think it'll be fine. So we're just gonna ink it and go for it. Why not? It'll hold something back there. Maybe if it's just a little piece of writing paper. And I probably should put some maybe coffee stains on this one. What time is it? I have 15 minutes, guys. All right. I'm trying to decide if that's too bulky. We're just going to do a little bit of this. Just kind of on a couple of the sides. I don't know if I can do it like this, but we're going to try. A little there, maybe just some of this, that, and then a little bit right through here, just enough, and maybe this little splotchy part. There, let's try that. All right, and then we're going to make that a belly band. So let me decide if it's thick enough. So if I was to put a piece of paper back there, I'm going to stick my hand in that ink. Maybe. All right, I'm just going to back it. I'm just not trusting it to work. I probably could have just folded this in half, but then it wouldn't have a pretty torn edge. Cardstock. I know I have some floating around here. We just used it. There's some brown. Brown. I'll use brown for this one. I'll just keep the torn edge like that. That'll be fine. Maybe I'll decal it. Is that long enough? Yep. Maybe. No, it's not going to be. It won't be because I'm cutting it, so that's fine. We'll make it work. One side. Oops. I forget this thing's only 9 inches, so. Where's 9? Let me see. How much do I need to lose? About an inch. Not a very large piece. All right, I think that's long enough. Yes, okay. How long is the page? Okay. Sorry, I'm doing it fast. Let me make sure that's feasible. Okay. And I want to show just a little bit. Do the tops? I don't know, I guess. It's going to take a little bit off, but I think it'll be fine. Sorry about the noise. I know it's noisy. Alright, let's grab this back over. Make sure I'm the right way. Alright. This is going on first. Make sure it fits. The decoller has an angle, just the slightest angle. So if you put it on there, if you have it, and you like the top is matching, but the bottom's kind of coming off, if you flip it a lot of times, it works fine. I have writing and I would just have to flip it whichever way worked. But I've noticed that on it, that it does have a little bit of an angle. All right, so we're just going to glue this straight on here. Try not to get glue everywhere. I'm trying to go fast because I'm out of time. So I didn't get to the paper bag one. We'll do that next time. I was going to get to it, but I did not. So such is life. Hopefully I'm still the right way, because I forgot and turned it probably. Oops. Oh my goodness. Really? Move. It's our glitter. Our glitter, you're not helping. Sticking before I'm ready. Okay. Okay, I gotta wipe the glue off my fingers. Alright, this is gonna go on here. And I'm not gonna try to make a pocket behind it because I think it's too thin. So we're just gonna do it as a belly band. I haven't done one with one of these. So Fabri-Tac or art glitter. Which one is less likely to go through? Probably the Fabri-Tac. So it looks like about 1/2 inch in on each side. I'm just guessing. Oh, wait forever for your glue to come down. I need to refill the bottle, and it wouldn't take so long. So I'm going to go thin, and then I'll throw that acetate in there real quick just to make sure. I don't think it's going to go through, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it. Let's see if I can get it in a decent looking spot. I don't know if I want to go completely centered. I think I'm going to go a little lower. That way my tag will have a little bit of room. It's kind of centered. Does it look kind of centered? Kind of, sort of. It's not too bad. It's close enough. All right. That's good. Oh, I didn't put the acetate in there, but I don't think it's going through, as I would see it right there. And I don't. Yeah, it's not going through. It's fine. It is fine. Shall we use this or art glitter? Let's use art glitter because it's going to dry faster. Just on the top and the bottom. Okay. Make sure you're right direction, which I appear to be. And line her up. It should just fit. Trying to get it straight. All right, cute. I think it's cute, guys. Honestly, it doesn't even really have to have much decoration because it's pretty on its own with the embossing and everything. Just making sure I wasn't sticking to my other page. I could put, you know, a little something there, but it's honestly very pretty on its own. So which one of these would look best? Coffee pot, mug, teacup. I think this coffee pot. Yeah, put that there. And then I was going to find something else for there. I had little ones, but this color. I'm still hitting that a little bit. Let me see. Am I hitting it? I'm hitting it. I think I'm hitting it. I'm hitting something. Hold on. Let me get my finger in there. What are you hitting? It doesn't look like it's Maybe it's too wide. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's still hitting it a little bit. Darn. I was hoping I'd get it glued down enough, but it's still snagging just a fraction. I'm not sure I like this one anyway. We'll do something smaller. So, not that. Let's find something real quick that matches that better. How about we get the pen in? Get your pen in first. Grab your ephemera stuff. Find something real quick. We got some tags, maybe one of those. We got some Stamperia stuff, maybe one of those. Bet you one of those will work. All right, so we've got, I know the tags will work. What about one of these? All right, so cacao, maybe too tall. I don't know, let me see. It's just gonna, it's totally hitting. There's no way to really fix it. If it didn't glue when I first did it, it's probably not gonna fix itself. And I can't, the weird part is when I reach in there, I don't feel where it's doing it. It's like I don't see it at all. It's so strange. I can't tell. It seems to be right there. Just going to try something real quick. Ah, okay, that's a little better. So could possibly do that one. The colors aren't ideal. All these are so, I don't know, gray. They really are very gray. But this one, maybe that one. I could even put two maybe. Put one there, and then maybe one of these from the other set. One of these. Maybe just a simple, here's a cafe one. I got two cafe ones. Maybe one of these. Maybe instead of that, the colors are better. Do the two cafe ones. And I'll find some string or something later. Because it's almost 11 and I can't stay. I have my time limit. Alright, so those are from the Coffee Phrases and Tags. Where we got this from. It was a little bonus kind of thing she had in her little set. I stuck that one in the wrong spot. You don't go there. You go in the Stamperia. Back in the Stamperia. There. Alright, that's cute, right? I think it's cute. Alright, so that's our project for today. We didn't quite get to the paper bag one, but I'll get to it. Sorry, my bags are falling. I'll get to it next time. It's fine. But we finished these up and I like it. It's cute. It's very pretty. And so it's a little flip out journaling space with a jelly pen, like one of these. I got a set of jelly pens. So you could use some jelly pens on there. These Sakura ones are really nice. I got them off of Amazon. I stuck them on my favorites list if you want. I mean, you can. I thank you, Angela, for this because I used the gift card you sent me. It wasn't that expensive though, but it was like, I think it was like $12 for the set. But I thank you. So you could use jelly pens to write on there or whatever. A gold pen, a silver pen, anything that'll show, and then normal for that. But I did like them. I tried them out on paper. Look how pretty. They're so pretty, so bright, and even on the white, they're not bad. They still show, but on the black, they just pop. But anyway, me getting off track again. So there's our project. There's that one, coffee filter, and there's that one. So we got a belly band, and we got which I'll throw something in there. I think this is too tall. Yeah, it's too tall. Darn. I was going to say I throw that in there. I have some papers that I can print. I just don't have any printed. I have maybe one printed that's probably tall, but we'll look at it. I have another one of these printed, but just to give you the idea. So it can be any kind of paper that'll fit in there. Okay. Could even be folded up. But that's cute. And I might throw something on there if I find something I like. Right now I'm kind of like, I mean, I could even just throw a couple of stamps on there, guys. That could be cute. Yeah, I'll just throw a couple of these stamps on there. What do you think? I'll probably throw glue on them because even though they will stick, they don't necessarily, and I might put more, like some snippets or something, but I'm really out of town. Snippets. Anything in here? These are kind of small. It's not quite as small as I want. A little coffee cup. Something like that, maybe. That one's also a coffee cup, though. We don't want to do 2 coffee cups. What's this? I'm just trying to figure out where to stick them. Maybe something like that. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, sweetie, it was enough. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I got that. I got me some sewing machine oil, and I still have a little bit left. All right, so we're just going to glue these down, and we will be done. Just a little something. Decorate it up a little bit. I don't trust washi tape, so we're going to put some glue on it. Let's see, which direction should I go? Maybe that way. Angle in it just a little. This one I'm going to ink because it's kind of too plain on the edge there. Let's see if I can get it on there. It just barely fits. Fits enough though. Alarms are going to go off. There. Cute. Ta-da. All done. All right, so that's cute belly band. Show you up close. Okay. Cute. I'll probably ink that card too. I haven't done it. I didn't do it. All the ink in. And this one up close. Okay. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I will be back on Wednesday. I'm debating on trying to add the Monday back. But honestly, I'm kind of enjoying having the break because it just gives me more planning time. And I kind of need that right now. So it'll probably be Wednesday. But y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you next time.